Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 12월 27일 금요일 최수진의 Morning Special입니다. It's always nice to hear that a dear friend has returned to town after being gone for a long time. Likewise, when we find out that a native animal in our town or country has been rediscovered, it brings out a similar feeling, as if a long-lost friend has finally returned home. 네, 몸 길이 약 70cm, 우리나라 맹금류 가운데 가장 크고 고개를 270도까지 돌릴 수 있다는 수리부엉이. 서울시는 여의도 셋강 생태공원에서 멸종위기 야생동물로 지정된 수리부엉이를 확인했다고 밝혔습니다. 서울에서 발견되는 일은 아주 드문 일인데요. 수리부엉이의 확인으로 여의도 셋강 생태공원의 생태적 가치가 거듭 입증되고 있다고 밝힌 서울시는 이 밖에도 천연기념물 솔부엉이, 큰 소쩍새, 황조롱이, 그리고 쇠딱따구리, 오색딱따구리, 청딱따구리 등 59종의 야생 조류를 발견했다고 밝혔습니다. Well, it's certainly time for us to start rethinking our surroundings and how important animals and plants are for our own well-being. And with that in mind, here's a quiz question for you today. An animal that is in danger of becoming extinct is described as 1번, endangered, 2번, entertainer, 3번, enlarged. 골라주시면 되겠습니다. 위기에 처했을 때 이렇게 표현하기도 하고요. 이 경우에는 멸종 위기인 어떤 야생동물을 뜻하기도 합니다. 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 저자극 순한 비누 보내드리겠습니다. 또 여러분의 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주세요. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045고요. 반디 게시판이나 카카오톡 플러스 이용도 가능합니다. Okay then, let's kick off today's show with today's global headlines. 세계 각국 언론사들의 어떤 헤드라인이 올라왔는지 살펴보는 시간입니다. Touch Global Headlines.
Japan has decided to dump radioactive water from the Fukushima nuclear disaster into the sea, an option seen by the government as the most adequate.
일본 원자력규제위원회의 수장이 후쿠시마 제1원전의 오염수 처분 방법으로 해양방출이 가장 타당하다는 견해를 밝혔습니다.
Goguryeo era relics such as the tombstone of King Gwanggaecho the Great in the Chinese Jilin province have been granted the country's highest tourist attraction rating.
광개토대왕비 등 중국 지린성의 고구려 유적지가 중국에서 최고 등급의 관광지로 지정됐습니다.
Brazil's accelerating deforestation has prompted global firms to shake up supply chains in an effort to push back on land clearing.
아마존 열대우림 파괴 문제가 심각해지면서 글로벌 기업들이 브라질의 원자재 공급 업체들과 거래를 중단하고 나섰습니다.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has again requested financial institutions to raise wages.
아베 신조 일본 총리가 또다시 일본 재계를 향해 임금 인상 압박 카드를 꺼내들었습니다.
A Korean man in his 20s struggling to make ends meet and residing in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, has confessed to an armed robbery that took place on December 21st.
베트남 호치민시에서 지난 21일 발생한 우리나라 교민 강도 살인 사건이 생활고에 시달리던 20대 한국인의 소행인 것으로 드러났습니다. And for the headlines and more, I'm joined by Steve. Good morning.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Does it feel like a Friday to you?
A little bit.
Does it?
I don't know.
I think because we had Christmas in the middle of the week this year, that I don't know, it kind of feels like a Tuesday to me.
It does as well. Yeah, that's true.
But that's great news
The
because
weekend after Tuesday.
exactly. The weekend starts on a Tuesday. Yeah, good to see you this morning. Hope our listeners are off to a good start this morning as well. What were you talking about? Did they find a new animal or something?
They found an endangered species.
Wow.
It's an owl, and they have not seen these species in Seoul, at least, for a very long time, but they found it. It's called the 수리부엉이. And so it's an exciting discovery because, as I said, it's very hard to see these at all.
They thought it was gone?
Well, it's an endangered species.
Okay, so they thought there were a few remaining.
Yes.
And so therefore you don't get to see it that often. Oh, interesting. So I just have my expression of the day. It's owl related.
Yes.
I'll make it owl related
Okay.
today. Yeah. Well, that's exciting news. Do you have a favorite animal, or are you an animal person, would you say?
I like animals, but I've never raised one myself.
Oh, you've never had a pet, like a
No.
puppy or a kitten or anything?
Nothing.
Oh, is that right? I've had dogs almost my whole life. Yeah, so it feels very strange if I don't have a pet dog.
Yeah.
And Heidi, my dog, she's about 13 years old now.
Wow.
So she's,
Times 7.
yeah. Well, no, apparently that's a myth.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
what the truth is, but apparently that whole dog age thing about times 7, I read a story that says that's a myth.
Okay.
But regardless, she
Yeah.
is getting up there. She's a grandma these days. But she's a dachshund, a mini dachshund. And my first dog ever, which I don't really remember, my family had it, was also a dachshund.
Oh,
So I guess it was a natural thing for me to get another dachshund, even though I didn't remember that at all.
maybe we could ask our listeners to send in photos of their beloved pets.
I
this morning.
love that idea. Yeah, if you have a puppy or a kitten or a rabbit or a bird or a lizard. I want to have a lizard someday.
Really?
Yeah, a bearded dragon. Do you know what those are?
I think I might have seen them at the zoo.
Yeah, they're not that, well, no, they're not that big.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you did see at the zoo. Yeah, they're not a full-sized,
The small ones, but with very big, I don't know what you call these things.
Yeah, I don't know what you call them either, but they're cute little fellas.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're very peaceful and calm. So I might want to get one of those someday.
Interesting.
Aren't they cute? I have
yeah.
a strange fascination with lizards. I think they're so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would probably consider yourself a dog person rather than a cat person because you've had dogs your whole life.
I was very much a dog person. Not so much a cat person. My sisters had cats when I was a kid. They both had their own cat. And yeah, I think I'm just more in tune with dogs. I like dogs more than people, if I'm honest with you. Because dogs are loyal and they're transparent. What I mean by that is, you know if they're happy with
Yeah.
you, and you know if they don't like
They
you.
don't play games.
There's no guessing, right?
Right.
So I love that about dogs. Yeah.
네. 오늘 오프닝에서는 이제 희귀종인 수리부엉이가 서울에서 확인됐다라는 소식이었는데요. 여러분의 애완견, 애완묘 아니면 이제 반려동물 사진이 있으시면은 또 사연과 함께 보내주시면 어떨까요?
One of my lifelong dreams, it's a bucket list thing for me, is to go to South Africa or an African country for vacation. And I was told by my South African friend, if you drive a little bit north of Johannesburg, you can get like a hotel or a pension type thing in the middle of a safari. Wow. So you come out of your room in the morning. It's like a bungalow in the middle of the safari.
Is
so
that safe?
He said it's safe.
Okay.
So you come out of your room with your coffee in the morning, and you look over there, and there's a giraffe by a tree. But you're not at a zoo. You're in nature.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list as well.
Oh, unbelievable!
Going to a safari somewhere in Africa.
Must be such an amazing experience. I don't know when I'll get to do that, but someday I hope.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, if you'd like to listen to the headlines again, you can do so by visiting our website. 조금 전에 읽어드린 헤드라인은 모닝스페셜 홈페이지에 들어가셔서 다시 무료로 들으실 수 있습니다. Let's go over the stories.
Headline number 1 today, Japan has decided to dump radioactive water from the Fukushima nuclear disaster into the sea, an option seen by the government as the most adequate.
일본 원자력규제위원회의 수장이 후쿠시마 제1원전의 오염수 처분 방법으로 해양방출이 가장 타당하다는 견해를 밝혔습니다.
So the head of Japan's Nuclear Regulatory Commission, which will exercise the final decision, they expressed the view that ocean discharge is the most reasonable, with a subcommittee of experts proposing 3 proposals for the disposal of this contaminated water from Japan's Fukushima nuclear power plant, including the release of marine emissions and water vapor or a combination of the two. But according to Kyodo News Agency, Toyoshi Huketa, who is the chairman of Japan's Nuclear Regulatory Commission, he said in a press conference held on Wednesday that air emissions are more difficult, considering the impact on time and cost in decommissioning operations as a whole. And he went on to say that although there are overseas cases of atmospheric release, Japan has no experience in terms of screening.
네, 그렇습니다. 지금 스티브 선생님이 설명해 주신 Subcommittee of Experts가 전문가 소위인데요. 앞서서 이 전문가 소위가 3가지 안을 제시했습니다. 후쿠시마 원전의 오염수를 1. 바다로 흘려보내는 방법이 있고 2. 대기로 내보내는 수증기 방법이 있고 3은 이 2가지를 병행하는 방법이다. 이렇게 제시를 했는데요. 일본 이제 정부 측에서는 이제 아무래도 가장 좋은 방법은 해양 방출일 것이다. 왜냐하면 이제 대기로 내보내는 수증기 방법은 시간도 많이 걸릴 뿐만 아니라 그런 쪽으로 경험이 없기 때문에 바다로 흘려내리는 방법이 가장 타당하다. 이런 얘기를 했습니다.
So if you're wondering how this is handled, most nuclear power plants, they discharge small amounts of tritium. We learned that word the other day, right? Or heard it for the first time maybe. And other radioactive materials into rivers and oceans. That's according to David Hess. David Hess is a policy analyst at the World Nuclear Association, which is an industry group. He said in America, such authorized releases of so-called tritiated water are done routinely and safely and are fully disclosed according to the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
네, 참고로 지금 현재 후쿠시마 원전 부지에는요. 한 1,000개에 가까운 110만여 톤의 오염수가 저장이 돼 있습니다. 그런데 하루 평균 170톤씩 이 양이 증가한다고 해요. 그래서 현재 추이대로 계속 간다면은 2022년 말에는 더 이상 이 탱크에 보관할 수 없다고 합니다. 그래서 어떻게 하면은 이제 처리할 수 있을까? 사실 이제 이 기한이 점점 임박해 오고 있는 거죠.
You might be wondering why they don't just build more tanks.
Yeah, why not?
Well, they already chopped down about 5,400 square feet of trees, and those trees are next to a bird sanctuary, and that was to make room for about 1,000 more tanks. Simply speaking, they ran out of room. They don't have any more room.
좋은 점이네요. 탱크를 그러니까 더 만들면은 안 되느냐 이런 얘기에 대해서는 지금 스티브 선생님이 설명을 해주셨지만 공간이 또 부족하다고 합니다.
Yeah, and some people are for this release and some are against it, and some of those against it are fishing groups in the Fukushima prefecture. They're strongly against it because they fear that it could taint the reputation of their catch and affect their livelihoods, because more than 20 countries still have import restrictions imposed after the disaster that took place many years ago on some Japanese food products. So the fishermen in the region are really worried about the reputation and being able to sell their fish.
일본 국내외의 이제 환경 단체들에서는 이제 우려를 나타내고 있다는 얘기까지 해주셨고요. 두 번째 헤드라인으로 중국 가보겠습니다.
Goguryeo era relics such as the tombstone of King Gwanggaeto the Great in the Chinese Jilin province have been granted the country's highest tourist attraction rating.
광개토 대왕비 등 이제 중국 지린성의 고구려 유적지가 중국에서 최고 등급의 관광지로 지정됐습니다.
All right, so the Goguryeo site in Jian and the Tunghua in China's Jilin province, including the great King Gwanggaeto's tombstone, they have been designated with the highest class tourist destination in China, according to the Jilin Daily. That's a Chinese media outlet. The Tunghua City Goguryeo Relics and Relics Tourism Area, that's the name of it, it was listed as one of the 22 new tourist destinations with the highest grade, that's Class 5A, and it was announced the previous day by the Chinese Ministry of Culture and Tourism.
네, 중국 지린성에 있는 지안 그리고 퉁화 지역에 이렇게 신규 관광지가 22곳 발표됐는데요. 거기에는 이제 고구려 유적지도 포함이 돼 있습니다. 중국의 관광지 등급은 1A에서 5A까지 있는데 5A가 최고 등급입니다. 실제로 중국 내에서 한 300곳밖에는 이 지정을 받지 못하고 있어요. 그런데 그 중에서 이렇게 이번에 우리 고구려 유적지가 지정이 됐고 그 전에는 백두산도 있었고요. 그다음에 위만 항공박물관이라고 하는 만주국 시기의 박물관이 있었는데 이 두 곳을 포함해서 이제 총 7곳의 고구려 유적지 또는 이제 한국과 관련된 곳이 관광지 최고 등급을 받게 됐다. 이렇게 보시면 되겠습니다.
It's kind of interesting, isn't it, to rate your tourist attractions. I'm not sure if that's done here in Korea or not, but depending on the importance of the tourist site, that's how China is known to manage them into these 5 different categories. However, some people did point out that when Yonhap News visited the Goguryeo relics in Xi'an in May, the tombs of King Gwanggaeto were demolished and stone steps were set up over the royal tombs, and that is making it necessary for visitors to make improvements in the preservation of the historical site and sites and take more care when visiting these areas as well.
Absolutely. Well, let's move on to Brazil for our next headline.
Brazil's accelerating deforestation has prompted global firms to shake up supply chains in an effort to push back on land clearing.
아마존 열대우림 파괴 문제가 심각해지면서 글로벌 기업들이 브라질의 원자재 공급 업체들과 거래를 중단하고 나섰습니다.
Nestle is one of those firms. Nestle aims to eliminate deforestation from its supply chain over the next 3 years, and Nestle has stopped buying Brazilian-produced soybeans from agricultural trading firm Cargill Incorporated after a review. They couldn't trace the oil seeds back to specific plantations, and that raised concerns that they were produced on converted land. Converted land means Brazilian rainforest trees chopped down and they created farming land in its place. The owner of retailer H&M, we all know that shop, they said in September that they would no longer buy leather from Brazilian producers until suppliers could prove that their livestock weren't raised or fed via deforested areas. There's another corporation, that makes timberland and Van Shoes. We know those two companies as well. They announced a similar prohibition on Brazilian leather, which has accounted for about 5% of that company's leather supply.
네. 일단은 네슬레 식품 대기업이죠. 여러분도 많이 보셨을 것 같은데요. 네슬레 같은 경우에는 세계적인 대두 수출업체이자 또 유통회사인 카길로부터 브라질산 대두 구입을 중단하기로 했습니다. 왜냐하면은 이제 브라질 산림 벌채로 이제 개간된 땅에서 생산된 대두일 것이라는 우려가 있기 때문이고요. 그 다음에는 H&M, 세계적인 의류업체죠. H&M이 소유한 헤네스와 모리츠 같은 경우에는 브라질산 가죽 구매를 중단하기로 했고요. 비슷하게 이제 VF 코퍼레이션이라고 하는 기업이 있습니다. 이 기업은 지금 스티브 선생님이 설명해 주셨는데 팀벌랜드, 밴스, 노스페이스 등의 의류를 만드는 그런 기업인데 이 기업도 마찬가지로 브라질산 가죽은 구입하지 않기로 했습니다.
So Cargill, the company that I mentioned a moment ago, they are one of the world's top soybean exporters and processors, and they said they are looking at new technologies to analyze and predict their land clearing activities. And the company in June pledged to invest $30 million in new approaches. The company acknowledges that food companies wouldn't meet a goal to eliminate deforestation in major supply chains by 2020. So they're looking to make changes. But Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro, who took office at the beginning of the year, has encouraged his country's farmers to expand. And Brazilian farmers are putting more land now up for plow or to use as the country's exports of soybeans, corn, and beef have soared. And that's in part, interestingly, because Chinese tariffs on U.S. farm goods have helped make Brazilian crops and meat a lot cheaper.
Yes, indeed. 네, 카길 같은 경우에도 이제 자체적인 대책 마련 중이라고 하는데요. 이 모든 것의 원인을 보게 되면은 올 초에 취임을 한 브라질의 볼소나로 대통령은 이제 산림을 벌채하고 그다음에 농지를 넓히자. 그래서 개발하자라는 굉장히 그런 사업들과 정책들을 많이 펼치고 있습니다. 실제로 아마존 일대 산림 파괴율이요. 올해 같은 경우 2008년 이후 가장 높다고 합니다. 자, 다음으로 일본 소식 가볼게요.
Headline number 4 today, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has again requested financial institutions to raise wages.
아베 신조 일본 총리가 또다시 일본 재계를 향해 임금 인상 압박 카드를 꺼내들었습니다.
So Shinzo Abe on Wednesday pressed corporations to raise wages, citing the need to invest more in order to secure talented human resources. According to Kyodo News Service, Abe attended the Council of Review, which is an advisory body for the chairman of Japan's largest business organization, Japan Business Federation, and said in a greeting that what matters is investment in talent. In Japan, they have a leading labor and management group and also the Japan Business Federation. They have this meeting every spring to set guidelines for wage hikes. But ahead of the annual spring labor negotiations and demonstrations, Abe visited the event and he is demanding higher wages.
네, 그렇습니다. 아베 총리는 이제 인재 확보를 위한 투자가 필요하다 이런 얘기를 어제 했습니다. 사실상 임금 인상을 요구한 것이라고 전문가들은 보고 있는데요. 구체적인 인상 폭은 언급하지 않았지만 내년 올림픽과 패럴림픽을 거론하면서 반세기 전 그러니까 1964년 도쿄 올림픽 당시에는 임금 상승률이 12%나 됐는데 그냥 참고하라는 겁니다. 이런 얘기를 하면서 이제 그 청중이 이제 많이 웃었다고는 합니다만 사실상 이제 임금 인상을 요구하는 거죠.
I guess his point was if they did it then, we can do it now, right? Anyway, the Abe administration, they have decided to raise the nation's average minimum wage to 1,000 yen per hour at the earliest possible date. Japan's hourly minimum wage is around 874 yen on average as of June of this year.
네, 그렇습니다. 일본의 최저 시급은요, 6월 기준으로 전국 평균이 874엔입니다. 그런데 지역별로 격차가 좀 심해서 수도인 도쿄에서는 시간당 1,000엔이 넘는다고 합니다. Okay, let's go over to our final story in Vietnam.
A Korean man in his 20s struggling to make ends meet and residing in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, has confessed to an armed robbery that took place on December 21st.
베트남 호치민시에서 지난 21일 발생한 우리나라 교민 강도 살인 사건이 생활고에 시달리던 20대 한국인의 소행인 것으로 드러났습니다.
Yeah, not just armed robbery, is it? A Korean man living in Saigon in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. He confessed to the armed robbery where he ended up killing one and injuring two others. And according to the Korean consulate in Ho Chi Minh City Thursday, the suspect, whose surname is Lee, was arrested Wednesday and confessed to the crime while being interrogated by the police. He was caught in the popular tourist area that they called Tourist Street. And what happened was on December 21st, he jumped over the wall of a Korean businessman's home. He stabbed the 50-year-old man, his wife, and daughter, and he stole valuables from the house. The wife she died at the scene, while the other two are currently recovering in hospital after undergoing major surgery.
네, 지난 21일 한인 밀집적인 푸미흥 지역에서 강도 살인 사건이 있었습니다. 그리고 이제 한 4일이 지나고 25일 날 이모 씨라고만 밝힌 29세의 한 남성이 강도 살인 혐의로 체포가 됐고요. 범행 일체를 자백했다고 합니다. 이제 그 현지에 있는 한국 총영사관의 사건 담당 영사가 정확한 경위를 파악할 계획이라고 합니다. Those were our headlines for this morning. Let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
An animal that is in danger of becoming extinct is described as blank. Number 1, endangered. Number 2, entertainer. And number 3, enlarged.
네, 총 5분께 저자극 순한 비누 보내드릴 거고요. 많은 분들이 사진을 보내주셨습니다. 베티님의 사진 지금 보이는 라디오로 띄워드릴게요. She's my lovely doxy,
Look
she
at
said.
her.
Her name is Noah. Oh.
Well, that looks like a combination of a dachshund and a Labrador.
I don't know. This person
Or
says
golden-
she's a doxy. Is that a breed?
Golden retriever? It looks like a golden retriever dachshund mix, doesn't
그러게요.
it?
다리는 좀 짧고 약간
Yeah.
golden retriever 느낌이 있네요.
Yeah, what a beauty.
너무 예뻐요.
So cute.
네, 그리고 zulub아라는 아이디 쓰시는 분도 사진 보내주셨습니다. 저의 둘째 딸 루이입니다. 이제 8개월 됐는데요. 도도하면서도 장난을 잘 쳐서 우리 집 귀염둥이가 됐어요. 루이, look at that.
Yeah, I love how animal owners treat their dogs like babies and their cats like babies.
Yeah.
Look at all the toys that Louis has to play with.
와우. 지금 정말 많은 사진들이 들어오고 있어요. 너무 감사드리고요. 최대한 많이 보여드리도록 열심히 제작진이 작업 중이라고 지금 전해오고 있습니다. Keep sending in your messages and lovely photos. We'll take a short song break. Bill Withers의 Lovely Day 듣고 오도록 하겠습니다. It's a lovely day with you. Thank you for tuning into Morning Special. 유수진님 사진 보내주셨습니다. 강아지 유치원을 다니고 있는 저희 애들입니다. These are my babies. They go to puppy kindergarten. 유치원에서 크리스마스 컨셉 사진을 찍었어요.
Oh, that's
Didn't know they
great.
had kindergartens for puppies. That is so adorable.
They have spas for puppies.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know my dog got acupuncture one time?
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can get dog acupuncture. And it's amazing. She loved it.
Wow,
She
wow.
absolutely loved
Really?
it.
그리고 8543님이요. 사진 보내주셨는데요. 우리 반려견 녹두입니다. 장모 치와와 4살 남자 아이입니다. 너무 귀엽고 사랑스러운 우리 녹두. 3남매와 함께 건강히 잘 지내자 이렇게 보내주셨어요.
So
수컷. 너무 예쁘네요.
Looks like a graduation photo on the left, doesn't it?
네, 4423님도 사진 보내주셨습니다. Good morning. These are my family members. They get along with each other very well. Their names are 지수, 산이, and TB.
That's one dog and 2 cats.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, the animal, the veterinarian and the animal hotel, that's the same place for my dog when I go on vacation.
Yeah.
And they have some residents there. There's a Chow Chow that lives there. He's so cool.
Yeah.
He's the coolest. And there's a cat that lives there too. And my dog gets along perfectly with both of them. So maybe the whole stereotype of dogs and cats not getting along, maybe that's an old stereotype.
그러네요. 2529님 사진 보내주셨습니다. This is my pet 희봉. 딸 희연, 아들 희준. 그래서 얘 이름은 희봉입니다. 아는 쌤이 포기한 애를 데리고 와서 4년 됐어요. This is a pet that I brought home from someone else. 아는 쌤. Okay, so a teacher that I know was the original owner, I suppose, of this pet. And this is what this person says. And now he is mine.
Gotcha. That's a cool sweater too.
너무 귀엽네요.
That's a handsome man.
박희숙 님도 사진 보내주셨습니다. 요즘은 구피 키우는 재미가 쏠쏠하네요. 조그만한 것들이 꼬물꼬물 움직이는 거 보니 행복해요 하셨습니다. Fish as well, of course.
Absolutely. I used to have an aquarium myself. Yeah,
did you?
guppies and tetras. Yeah, angelfish. I had angelfish. Angelfish. Oh, I had a mystery in my home one time in my aquarium.
Did they disappear?
Well, angelfish are very territorial. See, the great thing about keeping fish is that you get to know their personalities, which they do have.
Oh.
Angelfish are very territorial. So at night, when I would wake up the next morning, there would be a guppy dead.
Oh my goodness.
So there was a murderer in the tank. And I finally solved the crime. It was the largest angelfish in there. You have to be careful when you keep fish because you have to match them well.
I see.
If they don't
Very interesting.
if you don't match them well, they will hurt each other.
Wow.
It's really interesting.
그러네요. 저도 몰랐더니 동물의 세계 여러분 덕분에 선생님 덕분에 많이 배웁니다. Keep sending in your messages, answers, questions, suggestions and greetings. We have 5 저자극 순환 비누 sets to give away during the first hour. 자, 그럼 먼저 뉴스 포커스 살펴보도록 하겠습니다. Let's look at our first news focus story. 뉴질랜드에서 과속운전으로 경찰에 붙잡힌 20대 남자가 좀처럼 믿기 어려운 사실에 눈물을 흘렸다고 합니다. 어떤 사연인지 들어보겠습니다.
A man speeding on a stretch of road where his mother died has been left in shock at an almost divine twist of fate. Driving back toward his hometown on Sunday, Elliot Jessup was pulled over by the same policeman who had been first at the scene of his mother's fatal crash exactly 8 years earlier. Jessup had been going just a few kilometers over the limit, but was quickly reminded by the officer that he, of all people, should know better.
네, 과속운전으로 20대 남자가 붙잡혔는데요. 일단 과속운전한 것은 잘못한 것입니다. 그런데 걸린 이 장소가 마침 8년 전에 어머니가 돌아가신 그 똑같은 장소였을 뿐만 아니라 단속을 한 경찰도 동일 인물이었다고 합니다. 정말 우연의 일치죠. 그 얘기를 듣고 알게 되자마자 이 남성은 펑펑 울었다고 해요.
An amazing coincidence that it was the same officer that was first on the scene. And that's why when the officer found out who this man was, Elliot Jessup, he realized, and that's why he said, "You of all people should know better." Now, those are two expressions that we're going to look at here. And sometimes we can put these expressions together, but we can also separate these expressions. So let's take a look at how we do that. Of all people, if you say to someone, "You of all people," well, what that means is you are surprised that that person did something wrong because of who they are. So let me give you an example. If you know in your company someone is stealing from the petty cash, you know the petty cash,
Yeah.
the little
coins,
the money that you keep for like lunch or extra office supplies. If you find out that the CEO is the person stealing, you would say, "You of all people." Meaning, I'm shocked that, especially you are the person who's doing this. So that's what that means when you say, of all people.
네, you of all people 그러면은요, 다른 사람들은 다 몰라도 어쩌면 네가 그럴 수 있느냐 이런 뜻입니다. 그래서 하고 많은 사람들 중에 어떻게 네가 이런 뜻이에요. You of all people.
Should know better. Okay, so you should know better is a common expression to use to your children when they get in trouble for something. And you as the teacher or as the parent, then you feel like, you know this, but yet you made the mistake. And then we say, you should know better. So for example, if your son or daughter hits another classmate in school, and you say, "But I taught you, don't hit other people," then you should know better because you know that already. That's what that means, because you know that already.
네, 그렇습니다. 우리말로 하자면은 그러면 안 되지 이런 뜻이지만 영어식으로는요, 부정문이 아니라 긍정문으로 이거보다는 네가 더 잘 알잖니 이렇게 얘기를 하는 거예요. You should know better. 그러니까 이제 과속운전을 해서 걸린 이 남성한테 경찰이 이런 얘기를 한 거예요. 이제 확인을 했어요. 인적 사항 확인을 해봤더니 8년 전에 사실 부주의 운전으로 인해서 어머니가 이 장소에서 사망을 했는데, 아니 다른 사람은 몰라도 네가 이러면 안 되지 라고 경찰이 얘기를 한 거예요.
Exactly.
그게 바로 you of all people should know better 입니다.
So, one last example, just to expand on that a little bit. If your son or daughter who hit the classmate, if they are the head of the group in the school for anti-violence, then you can put these two together and say, you of all people should know better.
그렇습니다.
Yeah.
아주 유용한 표현이 되겠고요. 바로 뉴스 포커스 두 번째로 넘어가도록 하겠습니다. Second News Focus. 주한미군이 이전하는 서울 용산기지를 중심으로 조성되는 용산 국가공원구역이요, 60만 제곱미터 더 늘어난다고 하는데요. Let's take a listen.
Seoul is pushing to establish a sprawling park in Yongsan as the United States has initiated the process to vacate the Yongsan garrison, once home to the headquarters of the U.S. Forces Korea, as part of its military base relocation process. The government approved a plan to include additional lots covering some 600,000 square meters in developing the Yongsan National Park during its first meeting of a state civilian panel on the project. The move will expand the size of the park to 3.03 million square meters, a little smaller than New York Central Park, from the originally proposed size of 2.43 million square meters.
네, 주한미군이 이전하는 용산기지 이 중심으로요. 이제 한 60만 제곱미터의 그 국가 공원 구역이 더 늘어난다는 소식입니다.
So excited about this.
Yeah.
So excited about this. Yeah, there's going to be a huge park in that Yongsan area. And it's exciting, too, that they're going to make it even bigger than the original plan. So, yeah, they are pushing, the Seoul government is pushing to establish this sprawling park in Yongsan. So, sprawl. Well, a park can sprawl, but you can also sprawl.
Yeah.
If you go home from work and you see your sofa and you say, oh, yeah. And you go to your sofa and you don't just sit on your sofa. You don't just lie down on your sofa. You lie down and you stretch your arms out and your legs out like a starfish. That is sprawling.
네.
Sprawl means to be big and to be wide and to take up a lot of space. So you can sprawl out on your sofa or you can sprawl on your bed as well. If you go into your child's room in the morning to wake them up, maybe the blanket is on the floor and one arm is in one corner of the bed and two legs are in another. They are sprawled out on the bed.
네, 우리가 이제 가끔 뭐 큰 대자로 눕는다 이런 말 하기도 하잖아요. 비슷한 겁니다. 이제 팔다리를 이렇게 벌리고 앉아 있거나 누워 있거나 할 때 sprawl out라고 할 수 있는데 여기서는 사람이 아니라 공원의 얘기예요. So they're going to establish a sprawling park.
It's kind of the same idea. It just means that it's big and it's wide and it's spread out. Just like you spread your arms out to sprawl out on your bed. Imagine the park doing the same thing. And it covers a wide area. That's why we call it a sprawling park.
네, 여기서는 이제 넓은 지역에 걸쳐졌다라는 의미에서 광범위한 넓은 공원이라고 보시면 되겠습니다. All right. Well, those were our first two news focus stories. 첫 번째 그리고 두 번째 news focus 이렇게 살펴봤습니다. 퀴즈 한 번 더 알려주세요.
An animal that is in danger of becoming extinct is described as blank. Number 1, endangered. Number 2, entertainer. Number 3, enlarged.
네, 멸종 위기의 동물 이렇게 표현할 수 있는데요. 1번 endangered, 2번 entertainer, 3번 enlarged 중에서 골라주시면 되겠습니다. 총 5분께 추첨을 통해서 저자극 순환비누 보내드리겠습니다. 아똥 임주연 님이 사진 보내주셨어요. 수진쌤, 스티브쌤, good morning. Oh my goodness, look at that beauty.
Oh my goodness, that's a border collie, right?
아, 그래요?
I think so.
제가 키우는 8살 봄비입니다. 봄비는 오는 4월에 태어나 봄비예요. Born in April this year.
What?
Is that right? 아, 맞나요?
That can't be true, can it?
아, no, 8 years old. Sorry.
I was going to say, what are you feeding that thing?
죄송합니다. 오래오래 건강하게 같이 하길 바랍니다. 제가 잘못 봤네요. 아, 8살. 아,
What
wow.
a gorgeous dog.
Yeah.
Those are supposed to be some of the smartest dogs in the world.
Yeah. Do you remember Lassie?
I do.
I think that was one. Was Lassie a border collie?
Maybe, yeah.
네, 그렇군요.
Beautiful.
맞다고 우리 작가님이 알려주셨습니다. Alright. 노래 듣고 와서 다음 뉴스 포커스 살펴볼게요. 여러분의 사연도 계속 보내주시고요. The Stylistics, Sing Baby Sing. 자, 다음 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 네팔에서 불법 체류 중이던 북한인 10명이 최근 강제 추방됐습니다. 이들은 네팔 정부의 출국 명령을 어긴 채 북한 대사관의 보호 아래 불법으로 체류 중이었다고 하는데요. Let's listen to the story.
10 North Koreans staying illegally in Nepal at the protection of the Kathmandu-based North Korean embassy were deported on December 15th. The North Koreans who were illegally staying in Nepal, defying the government of Nepal's instruction to leave the country, were sent to North Korea via China. The National Investigation Department had taken the initiative to deport those living illegally in Nepal, notwithstanding the government's strict instruction, government sources have said.
So tell us about this story. What happened?
Well, the details, I guess, of how or why aren't exactly known. But what is known for sure is that they were there illegally. They were not supposed to be there, and they were there after the fact of their time to stay had expired.
아, 그렇군요. 네팔 정부가 출국을 하라고 명령을 했었지만 이걸 어기고 불법 체류 중이던 북한인 10명이요. 북한 대사관의 보호 아래 이제 체류 중이었는데 결국은 이제 강제 추방됐다라는 소식입니다.
Yep, that's what happens when you stay too long in a country, and that's why visas are issued, I guess, right?
Yep.
It happens everywhere. So they were staying there illegally in Nepal, defying the government of Nepal's instruction to leave the country. So when you defy someone or something, it means that you resist or you go against a position of authority or power. You don't do what they are telling you to do.
그렇죠. 뭔가 저항하다 아니면 거역하다라는 뜻의 defy입니다. 여기서는 뒤에 나온 the government of Nepal's instruction이라고 했기 때문에 네팔 정부의 어떤 명령을 거역했다. 이렇게 보면 되겠죠?
Yeah. Children can defy their parents. Students can defy their teachers. It just means when you don't do what you are told.
Yeah.
So the National Investigation Department had taken the initiative to deport those living illegally in Nepal. So to take initiative, I found the easiest and best example, I think. To take the initiative means to act first, to not wait for others to do something. And I think the best example is Greta Thunberg. Everybody sits around and says we need to fix the environment. Plastics are not good for our oceans, and this and that and the other. And Greta Thunberg said, you know what? I'm not going to go to school today. I'm going to go protest in front of the government offices. And then I'm going to go to New York and I'm going to speak at the UN conference. And then I'm going to go over to Madrid, to Spain, to speak at the COP25. So she's really taking the initiative to make change in regards to the environment.
네, 앞장서서 뭔가를 하다라는 뜻의 take the initiative to do something입니다. 여기서는 이제 take the initiative to deport those라고 나왔기 때문에 이제 강제 추방을 앞장서서 했다 이런 뜻으로 보면 되겠습니다. Okay, well, those were our news-focused stories. It is now time to announce the answer to the quiz.
The quiz question today is as follows. An animal that is in danger of becoming extinct is described as number 1, endangered, number 2, entertainer, or number 3, enlarged. You had 3 options. 1 is the answer, and literally, number 1 is the answer.
네, 그렇습니다. 오프닝에서 이제 멸종 위기종인 수리부엉이가 서울에서 확인됐다. 이런 소식을 전해드렸어요. 관련된 퀴즈, 멸종 위기종인 그런 동물을 우리는 endangered species라고 할 수 있습니다. 그래서 1번이 정답이고요. 최호은님, 김동욱님, 이주선님, 하나래님, 그리고 황현지님 축하드립니다. 저자극 순한 비누 세트 보내드릴게요. 모닝스페셜 홈페이지에 들어오셔서 주소 꼭 남겨주세요. 사진이 정말 많이 들어왔어요. 하나만 더 소개해드리겠습니다. 5614님이요. 우리 집 냥이 빵이가 먹이를 향해 미어캣처럼 벌떡 섰어요.
That looks like the cat from Shrek.
Oh yeah!
Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots.
Right?
With the big eyes.
You need to get him some little leather boots and a fake sword.
맞네요. 슈렉에 나오는 고양이랑 정말 비슷해요.
Right?
네, 맞습니다. I agree, yeah. 집에 올 때 제일 반긴다고 아빠가 제일 좋아해요 라고 보내주셨는데요. 아, 너무 귀엽네요. 와우.
I've never seen a cat sit up like that, too.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it difficult?
Yeah, exactly. Well done, cat.
그렇습니다. 자, 스티브 선생님, what is your expression of the day?
Okay, well, what did I say before? I said it was going to be owl-related.
Yeah. Is it tweet, too?
Was it what?
The sound of an owl. Tweet, too. What sound does an owl make in your head?
Not that.
Okay.
The sound that an owl makes is hoot, hoot.
Oh,
hoot,
what
hoot.
was I saying then?
I have no idea.
I've read too many children's books.
You were speaking a different language there. So, if the word is hoot, do you know the expression?
No.
Yeah, it's just very simple. He's a hoot or she's a hoot.
He's a hoot.
Yeah. So we use this in Canada and I believe in America and other countries to mean he's really funny. She's really funny.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very, very simple. He's a hoot. She's a hoot. Oh, do you know that entertainer Kang Hong-dong? Oh, yeah, that guy's a hoot. That means they are very funny.
아하. 부엉이와 관련된 표현을 알려주신다고 했는데요. 부엉이가 내는 소리, 영어로는 hoot, hoot 이렇게 한다고 합니다. I'm not very good at sounds. You can tell.
You don't say. There's a good expression too.
네, 그래서 이 hoot가 들어간 표현을 하나 골라주셨는데 He's a hoot 아니면 she's a hoot. H-O-O-T
Yeah.
이렇게 말하면 걔 되게 웃겨 이런 뜻이래요. Steve's a hoot.
You can use it about people and you can use it about situations or things as well. So, for example, we saw those cute little pictures about the puppies and the cats this morning, right? So there was one particular picture where the cat was all dressed up and the puppies were all dressed up in their Christmas gear. And you can say, oh, what a hoot. Oh, what a hoot. Meaning, oh, that's funny.
아, 너무 재밌다라는 의미로 아까 이제 크리스마스 옷 입고 있었던 그 동물들도 있었잖아요. 그때도 what a hoot
Yeah.
이렇게 할 수 있네요.
Do you mind if I squeeze in that expression that I just said since we are
Yeah,
on
let's
topic?
do that, yeah.
Okay. So you said, I'm not very good at sounds, right? And I said, do you remember
You
what I
don't
said?
say.
Yeah, don't say. Now, this is
really good one.
This is one of those expressions where you do not want to enunciate perfectly because ya means you, right? But we usually don't say you don't say. We say
You don't.
You don't say.
Yeah, don't say.
Now, what that expression means is I totally agree with you. And I'm not disagreeing at all. So Sue said, I'm not very good at animal sounds. And I said, you don't say.
맞아요. 제가 동물 소리 진짜 못 내요 라고 했는데 스티브 선생님이 맞아! 라고 하면은 좀 이상하잖아요. 이 상황에서. 그래서 쓸 수 있는 표현이 바로 You don't say. 이거 약간 이렇게 뭐라 그럴까요? sarcastic하게.
It is sarcastic.
그 어조를 말씀하셔야 됩니다. 왜냐면은 이게 진짜 설마 이런 거지만 약간 비꼬는 말이거든요. 그래서 정말 나도 동의한다라는 것을 우회적으로 표현할 수 있는 겁니다.
And just one final tip on that expression, you don't say. This is an expression where your voice tone and your intonation are important as well.
Oh, yeah.
So if you, going back to the example, you said, I'm not very good at animal sounds. If I said, you don't say, then that's not the joke. It's not the thing. You can't say it like that. You have to say, you don't say.
맞아요. 딱 이렇게 따라 하시면 되겠습니다.
Yeah.
천천히 비꼬듯이.
Yeah, try it out. Try it out with your foreign friends or with your coworkers at work today. See how it goes. They'll be surprised that you know that one, I bet.
맞아요.
Yeah.
외국인 친구분들에게 한번 해보세요. Well, thank you, Steve.
Thank you for having me this morning. It's Friday. Everybody have a wonderful Friday. See you tomorrow for the review show.
All right. Coming up in the second hour, we have Say